things have been weird. Things have been super weird, and it is throwing me off of my tarot game in the morning. I've been unable to make it every morning, and I think it's going to be this way for the foreseeable future, where I can no longer commit to Monday through Friday community reading. So I just want everyone to know that I don't know what my schedule is going to look like. But for now, I'm just going to simply come in anytime I can. Any mornings that I can stop in and conduct a live reading, that's what I'm going to do. So today I'm going to be here a little bit less than usual. Usually I'm in here about an hour. Today it'll probably be more like a half an hour. And I'm going to start with a general reading for the community. Instead of doing the Earth Magic Monday, I'm going to do a general for the community. Good morning, Stephen. How you doing? Hi, Prisha. I hope everyone had a great weekend and a great finish to their week last week. I was just saying to the community that my schedule is changing very, very quickly, and I don't know which direction it's going to be going yet. I don't have anything nailed down. I just know that I won't be able to pop in every morning. So I'm going to do the best I can. I'm going to get here every day that I am available and do the morning readings. But it's not going to be Monday through Friday anymore. So hopefully you guys are sort of in, you get the notifications and you'll be able to see when I'm popping in. It's funny, Stephen. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to ask for a general 4-card reading for the community on Monday today. So we'll do love, health, career, and what you don't see coming. And that will kind of give everyone a sense of what is the energy this week toward the community. And then I will get into some one-on-one questions to answer. So let's go ahead. All right, Spirit, could we please have a general reading for the community? What do we need to know this week about love in general for the community? All right, so we've got the 10 of Pentacles in reverse in the love category. Let's go for health. Then let's go for career. And what you don't see coming, what we don't see coming. That one, I would typically take a card that falls out, but my Chariot card is bent, so it's been falling out. So that's not necessarily Spirit telling me that's the card to use. That is just a bent card. All right, what do we not see coming? Oh, okay. So here's the thing about this week. It might be sort of off to a rough start because you've got in your love department, your 10 of Pentacles is in reverse. And that usually means that there's some kind of disruption within the family. Things are a little bit off balance, off kilter, maybe some trouble with finances, like family finances. Not having as much money as you had hoped, or maybe something comes up and you have to pay for it and you weren't expecting that expense. It can also sometimes just mean that things get a little rocky. Maybe there's a little bit of a shakeup here, Maybe somebody says, I have to start a new job, and so it's going to change the way our family functions. Or maybe, it is sort of like graduation season right now for a lot of people. So it could be that we've got some students getting ready to move out of the family household. So think of those types of things that could be coming in this week in terms of your love arena. It's not always romantic love. Sometimes it's familial love. Okay. Then you've got your health. You got 3 of Swords coming in here. And I suspect that whatever is going on in the love department, this sort of, like mix up whatever's going on here, this disturbance is causing you some emotional pain. So make sure you're really taking care of yourself this week. Make sure that if you're struggling with anything, you're watching out for that mental health. You're making sure that you're taking good care of yourself, because this is sort of like the heartbreak card of the deck. And when that pops up in a health reading, it means that a heartbreak could have some implications, some health implications. So make sure you're taking care of yourself this week. No matter what happens, take that time to eat well, get your rest, get your exercise, take your vitamins, meditate, do whatever you need to do to make sure that your health is taken care of this week. Now, here's the good news. Your career is rocking out. I mean, it's just in a really good spot. So expect something good to happen in the career arena this week. You've got the Seven of Wands coming in, and that is victory or success. It's the ability to overcome obstacles, okay? So if you're feeling challenged right now, especially in the financial area, know that your career is actually in a really good spot. And here's the really good news, which you don't see coming, is the Four of Wands. So this card, I hope it brings everyone hope, because this is stability, this is unity, this is celebration. This is also referencing a union between people, between two people. And it does represent solid love and growth, okay? So yeah, know that a celebration is coming. Everything's going to be all right, okay? Thank you for that community general reading, Spirit. I appreciate that. I'm going to shuffle these cards back in the deck, and then we've been in here for almost 7 minutes. I'm going to get to as many questions as I can within the next 25 minutes. I'm going to try and keep this to half an hour, because I've got sort of a crazy work day. And yesterday, well, this weekend I had a lot going on, but yesterday I was at the Glenarm Arts Market. If you're anywhere near Maryland and you see the Glenarm Arts Market pop up, go out there and check it out. It's an amazing event. They curate some of the most talented artisans and artists in the area. And it's free of charge. The artisans, for some reason, they sell all of their wares at extremely reasonable prices. I'm not sure like why they don't jack up the pricing higher, because the art is excellent. And I was there yesterday reading tarot cards and had some wonderful readings. So if you're in the area while the Glenarm Arts Market is going on, definitely check that out. I went to the one in the fall, and they had one yesterday for the spring. I think they're going to be doing this several times a year. So, okay. We've got a couple of people popping in. Let me back up. Good morning, Destiny U and Marvelous Noob, Jonathan Alvarez. All right, let me go back up here. Prisha, good day to you. Stephen Yuri, good morning, good morning. I've been great, Marvelous Noob. I hope you have been too. Do I remember my dreams? Sometimes, yeah, I often do remember my dreams. All right, Stephen Yuri, you're the first one with a question in here. We're asking about A. Let's find out about A for Stephen Yuri. What is going on with A this week? My poor little Chariot card. I really need to get a new deck and let this one retire. This deck has worked so hard. All right, what's going on with A and Stephen Yuri? What's going on with A and Stephen Yuri? Hangman in reverse. Maybe you're having a hard time with what is. Maybe you're both having a bit of a hard time seeing the other person's perspective. But there's definitely an inability to surrender to the situation right now. And you're being asked to go ahead and do just that. Just surrender to what is right now, rather than trying to create something or turn it into something. Just appreciate it for what it is. And that way, the two of you will be able to meet where you each are. You know what I mean? And then you're going to be able to like see the other person's perspective, or you'll get this common ground. There's something lacking in terms of common ground right now. Now, the good thing is that you got the Two of Pentacles upright. So you have been able to sort of manage this and juggle this, the ups and downs of this relationship. And right now, the juggling is up. And that does have to do with the Emperor energy between the two of you. Through reading your cards, Stephen, it's clear that you have pretty strong Emperor energy. You're pretty good at managing and problem solving and taking leadership. This card comes up pretty often for you. And so I do think that you have that element that you've been contributing into this relationship, and it's a good thing. It's not like you're trying to be controlling. If that were the case, this card would be in reverse. So you're clearly not trying to control things. You're simply trying to manage things. But I think that in your management, which has been pretty successful, it's also prevented you from being able to see it for what it is right now. And I think that if you can do that, A will be able to understand you a little bit better, and you'll be able to understand A little bit better. So is that where we're going? Yeah, you could really either recover from the upheaval or avoid potential upheaval by taking this hangman and putting them in the upright position. Okay, your tower is in reverse. So I know that you mentioned there was a bit of a miscommunication or a little bit of a falling out, a little tension. I'm not sure what that was about, but if that is what you're still healing right now, this is the way to go about it. Okay. And then if you want to prevent anything else from occurring in the future that's not so great, this is the way to handle it. So keep going with that Emperor energy. Right now, the Queen of Pentacles is in reverse because the King of Swords is upright. So there's not a lot of room for growth at the moment. And it's funny because your relationship with A seems to have lots of peaks and valleys. And that, I suspect, is going to be a part of the dynamic, which is why you have this Two of Pentacles and the Hanged Man card. So see if you can continue navigating the ups and downs and surrendering to them. You know, just be like, okay, yesterday it was this, today it's this, tomorrow I don't know what to expect. We'll take a look and see. But yeah, it doesn't have to be, I don't know. It's like there's a lot of thought and a lot of planning from the King of Swords coming in here. And of course, that thought and planning and decisive action has a lot to do in terms of supporting the Emperor energy. But I think it's also a little bit getting in the way of the growth you could get from the Queen of Pentacles, who's in reverse. Okay, so move forward gently. Yeah, and there's your Ace of Wands. So this is a good thing to do right now, being able to a little bit more go with the flow, surrender to the ups and downs, and really be open to seeing the whole perspective, especially from the other person's perspective. Okay, thank you for letting me read your cards today, Stephen. I'm sure that is going to go well. I'm sure that you're going to navigate that with grace, and it's going to be fine. Jean XO, hello, how are you? Oh, we've got a couple of people popping in. I better back up here a little bit. Nikita, Arya, hi. Laura, hey. Prisha wants to know if they should get a cat. They love cats, but not sure if they're responsible enough to take care of a cat. Okay, I love that question. I am a cat lover. One of the things that happened last week that actually kind of got in the way of my readings a little bit was that my cat, my boy, he has never seen, like, he's never spent a day outside because we live in an area that is just not good for cats. Too many predators, too many, like, kids that tend to shoot cats with BB guns, lots of cars, crazy drivers, always seeing carrion on the side of the road. So we've kept our cats inside, and he got out in the middle of the night. The wind blew our front door open and he got out. And he was out for 24 hours. And when I tell you, our household was upside down looking for him. We were all so upset. All of us spent pretty much the entire day looking for that boy. So yeah, cats can be a lot of responsibility, that's for sure. And be prepared to get super attached. All right, so should Prisha adopt a cat? Like now? Should Prisha adopt a cat now? Well, Prisha, here's the thing. Right now, I think you are idealizing or romanticizing the idea of what it's going to look like to have a cat, okay? Before you choose to adopt a cat, do your research, because the Seven of Cups is in reverse, and that can mean you have sort of a clouded view of what it could mean to get involved in this situation, okay? And some of it is you're thinking worst case scenario, and some of it is you're thinking best case scenario. But definitely make sure that you fully understand what is going to be required, and talk to people. Okay, you can really reach out and talk to a lot of people, do some networking, and learn what you can about what it means to adopt a cat. What is it really going to require? Some people are going to say cats are super easy. You know, you can let them alone all day while you're at work and they never pay attention to you. And as long as you feed them and take care of their litter, they're fine. That's not true. All right. So know that. You definitely got to know that. But here's the wonderful thing. You actually will be an excellent cat lover. You will be a good steward of a cat if you adopt one. The Empress shows that you're going to provide for the cat whatever it needs. And you will create a welcome and warm, safe environment for the cat. So as long as you take the time right now to learn everything you can about what it means to own a cat, and talk to trusted sources. Don't just go online on the internet and be like, okay, what do I need to know about having a cat? Like, call your local vets and be like, I'm thinking about a cat. Call your local shelters. Talk to all the people, okay? And then the amazing thing about cats is that once you're really ready, a lot of times cats just sort of end up with you. Like, you don't even have to go, like, adopt one. Like, so often I hear about people and they're like, a cat showed up and now I have a cat. You know, that happens a lot. So yeah, it's not a bad idea. I think you will be responsible enough to take this on, and it'll be good for both of you. So let me know how this goes. I really want to know. And yeah, it's going to be fun for you. Thank you for letting me read your cards today. Good morning, Gene XO. Whack-a-mole. Yeah. So many times life feels like whack-a-mole. Or things pop up and you got to just shut it down. I think with your situation, though, it's more like, I don't know that you're yet in a place where you can predict how to navigate, because you haven't fully grasped the rhythm, I guess, or the ups and downs. Like, you're having a hard time predicting when they're going to come, but I think that the answer there is by way of the Hanged Man. I think that was the overall message of that read. I'm doing fine, Gene XO. James Morgan, cats are magical animals. That is for sure. All right, Gene XO, will coincidences and synchronicities, wild, I got to get new glasses. Wild coincidences and synchronicities have been happening since the last time you've been on. I've been finding dimes every day for a while, but there's more. You're welcome, Stephen Yuri. I went to Walmart to purchase these bowls on clearance, and I was on the opposite side of the building, and two of the bowls were in the meat refrigerator. What are the odds? Virgo came to mind. Yeah, crazy. Crazy odds. My Virgo friend who passed away in January had me watch a movie this weekend, and I didn't get why, and I never watched the credits, but I did, and a guy with his exact uncommon name appeared. Wow. Hello, Diamond Girl. Two people came to mind. One of them being current Virgo. May I ask if my past Virgo friend has any messages for me? Yes. I love that question. And I feel them in the room already. They're definitely with you. They're definitely with you. So let's see if they have any messages for you. I don't know what your friendship was like with this Virgo, but they miss you. They're with you, but they miss being able to converse with you. They miss your banter, the easiness of your relationship. You were one of the people that they really enjoyed spending time with. Do you have any messages for Gina? One of the messages has to do with you being able to let go of something. There's something that's been off balance for you, and the imbalance comes from you using your energy to take on the burdens and responsibilities of things that aren't yours. And the thing that's going to happen is if you keep on focusing your attentions on something that doesn't really belong to you, you're not going to have the energy needed to focus on what you should be doing. And when I say should be doing, it's like you have a higher purpose, okay? So although what you're putting your energies into right now might be extremely beneficial, there's something that you need to take a look at because it gets you to your higher purpose, okay? And so, you know, the funny thing about higher purpose and trying to find that is often when we're trying to figure out what we're supposed to do in life and we're trying to reach our highest purpose, we tend to do one of two things. We either focus all of our attention and energy on the exact opposite of what our highest purpose is, and we get really good at that, doing whatever that is, but we don't understand that it's actually more difficult for us to do than it would be for someone else. We don't appreciate that because we've always just done it. The other thing is that what we are doing that is not yet our highest purpose is a way that we can utilize some of it. It's like we can use some of our purpose, some of our innate abilities and talents. And it keeps us a little bit complacent. You know, it's like we find contentment in that. And so we don't get the inspiration or motivation to reach that next level because we're good at what we do. And, you know, it's kind of comfortable. You know, it doesn't feel great, but it doesn't feel bad. So, yeah, your friend is, and that is such typical Virgo behavior. Your Virgo friend is looking at you saying, you deserve better than what you are offering to yourself. Like you have higher potential and you should be reaching that potential because you're super close. But in order for you to get there, you gotta let something go. And I think that you have maybe been ignoring some of the signs. The High Priestess is in reverse. This is letting us know that you have a friend trying to send you messages. It's also letting us know that you're not hearing all of them. And you're kind of, there's a little bit of like deliberate resistance to it. It's not just that you're not hearing it. It's that you're seeing signs and you're ignoring, like you're creating a blind spot somewhere, you know? It's like you don't want to see that yet. You know that the messages are coming in and you're hoping that the message means something else. So really, yeah, and it has to do with pain also. Something, it might be some area of your life where the reason you stopped seeking your higher purpose is because you tried once upon a time and it failed. Maybe it was rejected or you felt like a failure and it hurt. It caused you pain. You're trying to avoid that, but look, then you have the Four of Cups. So you are going to miss an opportunity here. There's going to be an opportunity for you. And I think what your friend is saying is that, Gene XO, this is not going to be your final opportunity to do this, but this is a good one to take. And if you take it now, you won't regret it, you know? So that's why the dimes are popping up and the bowls are in the meat section and you're watching this movie and you never watch the credits and then you see your friend's name in the credits. Yes, they're definitely trying to send you a message. Is there something specific that the dimes mean? The Hierophant. Tens are, I mean, the Hierophant is a 5. It's not a 10. But dimes are 10s, and dimes are complete, you know, it's the final part of a cycle. It's a square. Does anybody else picture 10 as a square? I mean, it just kind of is like a square, you know. And the Hierophant is probably, what is the message coming through with the Hierophant and the dimes? Why are they connected? Does it have to do with Jean, there's something that you've always done. And that is how you're missing the message. Because you're not able to understand. It's like you're not seeing it because it's always been there. Take a look at the areas of your life that have always been handled the same way. Because that's the thing, you're not wrong in handling it that way. But you're not able to recognize that it is through that that's blocking you from your higher purpose. Because you need to be applying that correct way somewhere else. And you might need to be teaching people. Yeah. So that is coming through. Let go. Let go of anything blocking you from that. All right? Get all of that shit out. Just get it out of the way. You don't need to be blocking yourself right now. This is a good time for release. And maybe that's why this is such an excellent opportunity that you don't want to miss. Maybe this is why your friend is trying to get your attention, because it might be easier. You might be in a better position right now to let go of some of these false beliefs than you will be in the future. So see if you can take a stab at that. All right? See if you can let go of some of those false imprisonments and remove some of those blindfolds. Get rid of some of those blind spots. Because there's an opportunity here for you. Is that everything? That's not everything. There's one more card for Gene XO. What do you want me to pull? Here's your 10. It's time to end a painful cycle, Gene. It's time to put an end to something. And it is the best time right now for you to release that pain. Okay? Time for you to release that pain. Thank you for that reading. Mr. Junkie. Yes, absolutely. Let's see, did you put a question in here? All right, I need to start speeding these up a little bit. Okay, so this, whoever has not yet posted, like this is last call here right now. So I'm going to read up until where Jean says, Gene XO, Enfys Tarot, thank you for your time and insights. So I will get through as many as I can. I'm going to have to speed it up a little bit because I got to go get some work done. All right, so Mr. Junkie, could I get a reading? Yes, I'm going to give you a general reading. So it'll be a 4-card general reading. First card will represent love. Second card will represent health. Third card will represent career. And the fourth card will be what you don't see coming. Love, health, career, what you don't see coming. Wow, okay. So the love department, you've got the 2 of Pentacles. So whatever is going on in your love life right now, you've been able to navigate it very well. Whether you're in a relationship or not, you've been handling situations in a way that keeps you upright, okay? It keeps the momentum going. It keeps the ball rolling. You're able to navigate relationships pretty well, okay? So that's coming in with the love. Your health is the 3 of Wands. It might be time to take your health initiative to the next level, okay? You're in a good spot, but you might want to add something on to your health, repertoire. Maybe start taking vitamins, or maybe start adding in a walk or a little meditation. It's like something, it's time for you to take it to the next level, okay? Your career, you have the 8 of Pentacles, which is a super loud career card. It means you are honing in on your skills. You're practicing something. Whatever you're working on right now, whether it's school or trade or, your work practice, just keep up the good work. Just keep putting that time in every day, and you're going to become an expert. You're going to continue improving in whatever it is you want to improve on. So just keep on putting the effort into it. What you don't see coming is that you're about to hit a spot where you feel really content. You're going to be reaching a place in your life where when you look around, you feel like you can see and appreciate all of your hard work and effort, and acknowledge that what you've been doing has actually brought you to exactly where you need to be. And you're going to have a sense of pride, not egotistical pride, but pride of accomplishment. You're going to feel good about what you've done, and you're going to feel kind of safe, and secure, and you're going to want to protect what you've been working on. So that's coming your way. So be open to that. Sounds like you've been, doing a pretty good job with most things. You've got a pretty good handle on what is needed, and you've got a pretty good readiness to take on the challenges and put the work in. So that's about to pay off. Thank you for letting me read your cards today. Diamond Girl, what's coming toward them in love? What's coming toward Diamond Girl in love? Okay, so here's the thing. What's coming toward you in love is a little bit of conflict. There might be someone who seems like what I'm getting here is that there are a lot of people trying to influence your love life decisions. And I think that at times you have been open to advice from other people and their influence when it comes to choosing your love partners. And it's time for that to change, okay? Because I think that other people take a very analytical approach to your love life, and you have not felt completely satisfied or connected with all of your partners or any of the potential partners. And it might kind of rock the boat a little bit if you stand up for who you want to be with. But taking control over your love life is really important right now. You've got to start shifting the balance. So if you have family members or close friends who constantly have something to say about who you should be with, then it's time for you to take control of that. Also, sometimes this kind of reading can denote, I don't know what your love situation is now, but this reading could also represent separation or divorce. So if you are married, if you are already in a relationship, especially one where you have any joint assets or children, it might be kind of hitting a rocky patch, okay? And it might be time to think about whether or not this is working. There's still a chance to fix things, but it's going to require very clear communication, cooperation, and hard work, okay? So this reading could go either way. I'm not sure which boat you're in, but those are the messages coming through. All right, so those are, just keep that in mind. It's definitely overall, though, no matter what, it's time for a shift. It's time for a rebalancing. Things have not been balanced, and they have to get rebalanced. So there you have it. That's what's coming at you for your love reading. Any good news? I think this is gonna be a tough time for you with love. I really do, until it gets rebalanced. It's not balanced, and it needs to rebalance. Listen to your gut. All right, the High Priestess coming in here. This is going to be your partner in crime. This High Priestess means that you're going to be receiving messages from source, from spirit guides, ancestors, and you got to pay attention to those. That's going to be really how you navigate through this. Okay, so stop listening to the people out here. If you've been getting advice from people on the physical planet, stop listening to them and listen more to your guides and your intuition. All right, so that's how you can rebalance. Thank you for that reading. Thank you, Diamond Girl. That's smart, Prisha. Oh God, Gina, so that's awful. That's awful. You never know. I mean, you just never know. Um, you can't. Death is not something that most people can anticipate. I mean, if you have somebody older or very, ill, then maybe you can anticipate a little bit. But this, what you're talking about, you didn't know. How would you know? Hey, Raymond Torres. Okay, let's find out. I'm glad you had a nice talk with her. How are you feeling about the situation? I'm going to ask it this way. Rather than ask, because there's so much back and forth with you two, rather than ask if it's going to happen, I'm going to ask for, is it the highest good for all involved for you and your fiance to get back together? Okay? I feel better about asking it that way. So, Raymond Torres wants to know about this fiance and whether or not they're coming back. They had a nice talk. Are they going to work things out? What we want to know is, should they work things out? Is that for the highest good of all involved? Is that possible? Is their being together for the highest good? Thank you, Spirit, for showing me the cards and letting me know that you had our question. I think that your happiest possible way, and theirs, I think the highest good has to do with you guys not getting back together. It seems like there's a situation with you two where it's never going to feel quite right. There's always going to be something a little bit off about it. You're not going to be fully satisfied. You're not going to be able to create that warm, loving environment together that you would hope for in a marriage. And I don't think that either of you can be fully yourselves in your relationship. The Queen of Wands is in reverse too. It's like neither one of you can ever truly feel like the other is completely accepting. This is not, I don't feel like this is a true, I don't think that this is really a true best case scenario with you guys being together. There's a lot of defeat and dissatisfaction coming through here. The Knight of Cups at the end suggests that there's something better for you. There's something greater for you. There's an opportunity for a deeper, more meaningful relationship. Someone who can actually come into your life and you guys sort of sweep each other off your feet. But you have to let go of this desire for this relationship to work out before you can get there. You just got to bite the bullet, and say, okay, it's not working. It's never going to work. Maybe we can mend and go our separate ways on a positive note, but I don't think you're supposed to marry this person. I really don't. It just doesn't seem like either of you are going to feel good or fulfilled. There's something, believe it or not, there's something better for you out there if you're open to it. So that's that. You do with that information as you please. But that is what's coming in. Thank you for letting me read your cards. Huh. It's always appreciated that I was genuinely a good person and because he wasn't used to people. Maybe that's why that was coming through. Like, he misses your company. He misses being around you. He wants to kind of have that opportunity to be present in a physical sense with you, like the good old days, you know, so to speak. Divine timing. What does divine timing need to hear today? Hmm. This is really interesting, divine timing. You have to drop the ball so that when you pick it up again, you see what it really is. There's an opportunity there that you can't see because you're busy keeping the balls up in the air. Um, it's like in order for you to see the other side of the coin, you have to let it drop. And then you're going to be visited by a new opportunity in what you've learned about it. Yeah, and you're going to have clarity. It's like you're trying really hard not to drop the ball on something, but what is needed is dropping the ball. Because if you drop the ball, if you let it fall, you're going to realize that the opportunity is now present, and then you can move forward with clarity. What's stopping you is the efforting to keep the balls up in the air. You know, you got to drop the ball and then pick it back up again and look at it. All right. And then you're going to have clarity. Wow. And here's the Emperor energy. This is what the Emperor needs. You're working really, really hard to make things go right, go well, go smoothly, keep everything running. If you want that to happen, you've got to let something go. Okay? That's what the Emperor needs. If you want success here, that's what needs to be done. All right? Anything else coming in? Queen of Cups, you might be a little bit afraid to do that. Make it possible for yourself. Give yourself a little cushion, a little space maybe. You know, see if there's a way you can control the chaos. Like, just create a buffer, create a little space so that you can drop the ball and pick it back up again. All right? That's what's coming through for you today. Thank you for letting me read your cards. What's up, Shrish Soni? East Coast of the U.S. Where are you from? I don't know what the higher purpose thing or opportunity that might pass me by would be. The dead have always talked to me since I was little, but they're not always specific or clear. Right. And I think that's because they see everything all at once. You know, they see something that we don't see. And it's like, sometimes it's like trying to explain to a blind person what the color purple is. You know, sometimes it's like that when we're receiving messages from people who have passed on. It's tricky. Yes, the Hierophant does absolutely mean operating within the status quo. All right, guys, that is it for today. I took last call a few minutes ago after Jean XO said, thank you for your time and insights. So I'm going to take a quick moment just to read through the comments, but I'm not going to pull any more cards today. So guys, thank you so much for hopping in and joining me today. I will try to be back tomorrow, but I'm not sure that I can. It's going to this week and for the foreseeable future, I am going to have to just be very last minute. I can't offer any consistency right now because so many things in the rest of my life are moving parts, and I have to, you know, I have to take care of like work. I got to put money on the table, and I got to care for other things as well. So I will try to be back here tomorrow, but I can't make any promises. Um, I can promise that I will be back here as soon as possible. I'm sorry to whomever I missed reading for. I see that a lot more people did pop in. I will try to, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and turn on the notifications. I'm not one of the channels that has like a million videos every day. So the notification shouldn't be too intrusive. It's going to be maximum one notification a day, and it'll just show you when I'm hopping on live. So consider doing that. That way, when I come back in, if you want me to answer your tarot questions, I can do that. All right, guys, have a wonderful Monday. Thank you, and I will see you soon.